I like Robbie Williams, bro. I can't believe I said it on camera. Like I started, like obviously, like I say, I grew up like we was just on the, I was just on the streets, bro. I'll be honest. Like one day, I was just like, do you know what? I'm just gonna grab a mic and show everyone what I'm doing. Like I just grabbed it, bro, showed them. It was like, oh, that's sick. Like whatever we need to do more and do more. And so, bro, I just stuck to it, and like it was like a science to me, bro.
Like you mentioned Jamie Winchester and Marcus there, how important were those types of people, bro, throughout life?
So great. Do you know, in my life, bro, it's only like my brother and my mum have ever believed in me and things. Do you know what I'm saying? They're like, I never had the outside people coming in and like believing in me. Like, and like, the truth be told, bro, is like I was posting selfies and all this thing and posting pictures of myself. But deep down inside, bro, I felt like shit. It's like obviously I'm signed to Warner or whatever. I've been accepted or whatever to be the support act for Tinchy Stryder on his UK tour. I just couldn't believe it, bro. And I remember like he was like, cool, my manager and all that's gonna get in touch with you, all this stuff, bro. I remember like reading the thread, bro. Like they sent me the email, like obviously will you accept this fee? Will you accept, you're gonna have this much allowance a day? Bro, it was mind blowing, bro. Mind blowing. And I'm like, yeah, cool. Like, obviously, I've signed my life away, bro. Signed my life away, bro.
Yes, guys, I'm Si. Welcome back to Ace Podcast Nation. We're here again at A.C.E Media for another episode of my story. But first of all, a big shout out to Vitamin Money, Height Spring Care, and of course, Fume, giving up smoking products. Check out all the links below for all the good discount codes and sponsorships. Help us out, all that good stuff. But on with the main part. I'm delighted to be joined by Melo.
What's going on, Simon?
Rapper, musician.
Yeah.
Part of Massacore.
Yeah, that's it. Father, lover, friend. Yeah, man.
There we go, man.
Yeah, there we go. Yeah.
Looking forward to it, mate. Really looking forward to it.
Yeah, definitely. I've been looking forward to it, mate. Yeah, for sure.
I've had the pleasure recently, I've had the pleasure over the last year or so since I've been coming in here, and I've been able to get people in face to face for a chat.
Yeah.
To speak to all different people. But one of the main things which I wanted to do as soon as I knew, like coming out with the pandemic and that, when I wanted to do the face to face stuff, is I wanted to really focus and get some like Welsh rappers, musicians, whatever.
Yeah, man.
Because
for sure.
This talent pool is vast.
It sure is, bro. It sure is, man.
But it's not just that's the characters as well, mate. You know?
Yeah, there's a lot of characters, man. Like, obviously, I've been on the scene for. Some people might know me from my music or whatever, but I've been on the scene for quite a long time now. Starting to show my age here, but yeah, I've seen a lot of people come and go. Obviously, I've seen the highs, the lows people have had. Obviously, I've had some highs myself, some lows, you know. But there's definitely there's always been a strong pool of artists, and like you say, a lot of people are characters, man. Like, you know, the Welsh, obviously, we're known for being characters as well. Like, so yeah, there's definitely some characters on the scene, and
we'll talk about some of the highs and lows now, mate. Obviously, with this one, it's like like to have a bit of a deep dive into you.
Yeah, for sure, for sure, man, for sure.
We'll kind of go where we go, mate. At the end of the day, like if it's like the one I done with Jay Speaks the other day, he'll go into some weird shit.
Yeah, man.
And then other people, like, we sort of stick more on track, and just depends where we go.
Yeah, man, we just go with the flow, as they say.
Let's go back to the start, mate.
Yeah.
What was like the upbringing and stuff like that?
I was brought up. I was born in Cardiff. Obviously, my dad's from Jamaica. My mum's family's from Merthyr Tydfil. Bit of a mad combination. But yeah, my dad came to the UK when he was like 14. My nan came over here to work. My father followed shortly after. He lived in London for a long time, like, you know. Yeah, my dad's a bit of a
Cockney.
Nah, he's full on Jamaican, bro. He's from North London, like they lived, like, but he's full on Jamaican. My dad, full Jamaican, but yeah, he's a bit of a boy. My dad, bit of a playboy and all that, bro. Yeah, man, he's a bit of a boy back in his days. He ended up coming to Cardiff, and obviously
all the playboys come.
Yeah, that's it. I've got other brothers and sisters. We got the same dad but different mums, like, you know, and they obviously he had them before me. They're a bit older than me.
So you're the baby, you?
No, I'm not the baby, bro. I'm like the middle. The middle one. Yeah, the dark sheep boys is all they say. yeah, so yeah, that's my dad's kind of story, how he came down here. He ended up meeting my mum, obviously. I've got a brother who I grew up with. We've got the same mum but different dads. Like we grew up together though. Yeah, so we grew up in Ely. We lived there till I was about 6. My mum and dad split apart, like, and I didn't see my dad for a long time then, bro. And we moved to Fairwater probably, yeah, when I was about 6. Like, yeah, I moved to Fairwater. Yeah, my background's kind of. My mum's my mum's a cool person. She's like a cool mum as well.
Yeah.
Said, yeah, my mum's cool. Like, she worked very hard for us. Like, put a lot on the line for us, and like, you know, and life was kind of easy for her. But yeah, she just brought us up, bro. My mum brought us up. Like, my dad kind of wasn't really in the picture, to be completely honest. But yeah, my mum brought us up, bro, with like good morals and, like, you know.
What was you like as what was you interested in as you getting like sort of out with a really young kid, like going into?
I've always been creative, bro, since like since way back. I've always been creative, and it was I started writing like poems and things like that, bro. Yeah. Started writing poems when I don't know, probably like 8 or something like that. I used to write poems, and obviously my mum started seeing I had a bit of a spark for whatever creativity. But my family's like a very music orientated family. Like a lot of my, obviously, you know, Stavs, he's my cousin. EY, Easy, you know, EY is my cousin. Levi from Black Elvis, he's my cousin. So I can imagine we got a large musical family, like, and obviously my brother's 7 years older than me. So growing up, I grew up, bro, just listening to hip hop, straight hip hop, Tupac, Biggie, like all that era, like man, that era of rap. And my mum's always been very eclectic with music, like she likes Motown and stuff like that, you know. So I've always had these kind of influences of music of black origin, bro. Yeah, so it's kind of like that whole. But I also had, my mum's white, bro, so like, obviously I grew up with my white side of the family, so I've listened, do you know what I mean? I come up with, my taste in music, like, I like rock, pop, I like everything, bro. I like everything. I think there's something you can find in every genre, for sure, bro. But,
what's your favourite cheesy pop song?
My favourite, I like Robbie Williams, bro. I can't believe I said it on camera, but I like Robbie Williams. I'm not even afraid to say it anymore. It used to be like a guilty pleasure, but bro, I'm so into my, I know who I am, bro. I know who I am, and like things. I'm not afraid to say things like that. You know what I mean? But I'm not embarrassed to say things. But I can understand if people take a few shots at me for that one.
Yeah, I think it's like as you get older, now you kind of care less about what other people think.
100%, bro. 100%, and like, I think like throughout life, I think everyone has like a one thing that completely humbles them, bro.
Yeah.
And I've had a few things to humble me, like, you know what I mean? I haven't always been a great person, like, I'll be honest to admit, like, I haven't been a great person, like, I've done bad things in my life, and I haven't treated people the best way, and, you know, in my past, but I think everyone's kind of got a little bit of like, maybe some is not as bad as others, but those situations, bro, they just humble me. Do you know, when they have everything taken away from you? Like, I feel like you've got to hit rock bottom in your life, bro, to have like a full understanding of how things are. And like I almost had everything taken away from me, like, you know, and it just humbled me, bro. It just humbled me. It took a long time. It wasn't just a straight, like, things happened and then like I was a great person straight away afterwards. Like, I'm still learning now, bro. And I think going back to my upbringing, bro, I had like really good role models in my life, you know, and I felt like I kind of let people down a lot throughout my life, and so my whole thing now is just I'm so mindful of my situations and my mental health and how things are moving along, and if I'm reaching targets and things like that. I think I've changed a lot of aspects in my life to focus around those kind of things, you know.
The thing is, mate, right, when, I don't know how old you are, like I'm 40, when we were younger, especially as boys, like mental health was just not a thing.
It wasn't, bro. It
You
wasn't.
just
And
did,
like,
like-
I'm from bro. Like, my family's obviously one half of my family's Caribbean as well, bro. And you know, like the whole mental health thing in the Caribbean culture is not very accepted, bro. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's kind of just like when someone's, it just be like, oh, that's crazy, whatever his name is. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, it's kind of, it's not. I think more today is being accepted. Obviously, because my generation's obviously coming through now, bro. And it's
evolved,
like, yeah, and it's the world's changed kind of in them aspects. I think people are waking up, but I come from a background, bro. Like, I grew up on the streets. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, I've had, don't get me wrong, bro, don't get it twisted. Like, my mum and done everything she could for me, but like the area I lived in, and like I was in the bad, walking with the bad crowd, bro. Do you know what I mean? And doing crazy things and whatever.
Well, so, like you said about like when you was young,
Yeah.
like your mum was doing everything to keep you, you know,
Yeah.
and you had that creative spark. So, sort of, what age and why, when you look back at it, do you think you kind of, where did it change and you went down perhaps a different path a little bit?
Like, I started, like, obviously, like I say, I grew up, like, I was just on the streets, bro. I'll be honest. Like, one of my friends had he had a set of decks and all that in his house, bro, and we used to go around there on a Friday or just get drunk and whatever, bro. He was only like 14, something mad. Sounds mad to say, like, we were just, but yeah, we used to go around there, bro, and spin records, bro. And we used to collect drum and bass. I started off doing drum and bass, believe it or not, but we used to collect records and things like that, man. That was when I started thinking I want to do this properly. But just to go back a little bit, like I said, I was writing the poems and stuff. Then I used to listen to rap songs, bro, and I used to write the lyrics down of what I thought they were saying, and I'd change it like to be about me. That's how I started. That was how I started, like, getting into bars and thinking, right, it went from like this like loosely rhyming with poems and whatever to just being a bit more regimented with things. Although I was copying people's work, it helped me learn structure of songs. Do you know what I'm saying? Like beat structure and how to flow. Being able to copy someone's like an incredible artist's song word for word. I think like a lot of people are doing it on TikTok and stuff. Like, there's a bit of an art in that, and like obviously these people are not really creative, but like there's a bit of an art in being able to nail somebody else's art. Like, you know what I'm saying? So I think that helped me out along. And like I say, then go back to my friends' house. We used to go around there. They all used to MC before me, bro. Obviously, I had these bars in my head, like I used to write down, but I never show anybody or anything. Like, I think my brother found like one of my lyric books before, like, I mean, and it kind of wound me up a little bit by it. But my cousins and
Do you remember the first time you ever, like, sort of showed or like performed them in front of anyone? Like, even if it was just
it was in that room, bro.
Yeah.
In that room, I like one day I was just like. I was like, do you know what? I'm just gonna grab a mic and show everyone what I'm doing. Like, I just grabbed it, bro, showed them. It was like, bro, that's sick. Like, whatever you need to do more and do more. And so, bro, I just stuck to it, and like it was like a science to me, bro. Like I never had something that like captivated me like that. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, it just like writing music.
Just a passion.
It feels different now. It's like when I look back, like to how I do things now, it feels completely different. It's more of just like, I know how things go now. Obviously, you're always learning, bro. But back then, it was magical.
It's the excitement.
It was magic, like, yeah, and like and seeing a reaction from people. Like, I never really did. I didn't do sports or anything like that, bro, through school and nothing. So I never had that. Like, people congratulating me for things, and I never really had that. Obviously, I had love for my family and whatever, you know. But
I know what you mean. It's different.
Yeah, it's different. Like, and I just stuck to it, bro, and I just got more and more into it. And then we went on to like a youth club thing. It was like they took us to the studios, me and we had a thing called the New Styles Crew. Big up all the boys, and Ross and Blue, Cullen from the Central Club. Yeah, Cullen was part of it. And we went and they took us to the studio and recorded a song, man. And like, I think that's when it just like people from other areas heard the song, and like, we used to like beef with Ely back then, bro. Mad. Like, now they're all my friends now, bro. It's crazy, but yeah, we used to beef with them. So I think like a couple of shots were set on this song. So you can imagine these days it weren't like now.
Over the internet.
Yeah, like YouTube was in its infancy, so it was kind of everyone was just sending it around on their phone and whatever and things like that. But that was when people started recognizing my talent on a wider thing out of the area then, like, do you know what I mean? Because we used to just rap outside the shops.
Yeah.
Do you know all these things? And I'd go back to the youth club. I was going back and forth to the youth club. We were using the music facilities there, and like just kind of honing our art a little bit. And then people started getting on like 16-ish, and people started kind of falling off a little bit.
In some ways, you're lucky that the youth club had those facilities.
Oh, bro, do you know that youth club? Like, I'll go well. It'll come up a lot in my story, bro.
Yeah.
It's such a big part of my life, bro. Such a big part. So we were making these songs, bro, and then I met. I think I was just online, like I was speaking to Tracks from Asteroid Boys, Tracks, and we ended up talking. He was doing this DVD, bro. He's going around all the areas in Cardiff filming all the rappers like from different areas. Like, it was called Ends to Ends. It's probably still on YouTube, bro, somewhere deep in YouTube somewhere. And
someone will find it.
Yeah, someone will find it, bro. Yeah. And he came to Fairwater, bro. And like, we were all spitting outside of the shop to him on camera, and like, he out of everyone, he kind of just pulled me to one side. He's like, bro, like, obviously you're talented now. Like, what are you doing with music? Like, Tracks is, bro. He's like, big up Tracks, man. Like, he's one of the most focused. Do you know when these guys eye on something when he wants to do something, bro? I've never met anybody like focused like that. Like, and he achieves it. He gets to where he wants to be, bro. But I was lazy in them times. You know what I mean? I wasn't focused on doing anything. And he was like, bro, listen, when there's things going on or whatever, I'll shout you, bro. So obviously things gone by. I was just doing my thing on the roads and whatever, bro. And he messaged me, and he was in part of a thing called New City Order with a kid called S4e01. And Alicia Scott, she's on BBC Radio Wales now. And he was like, bro, S4e01's left. Like, I need someone to kind of jump in. Like, do you want to do it? I was a bit thing at the time. Like, do you know what I mean? I'd never done anything like on that kind of scale, because obviously I knew what he was doing with the DVD and stuff. Like, he was on YouTube, he was active, like releasing songs and like videos and things.
Like a step up.
Yeah, and people obviously looked like he set a kind of standard as well, bro. Do you know what I mean? It was like a new level for people to step up to, gone from just spitting bars on the corners. Like, now he's gonna actually process it into something. And
So was that like, did you do it? Yeah.
Yeah.
Was you nervous before? Like, do you think about it for long?
Nervous. I'd never performed. Like, these times, bro, I thought I was flipping the man. Do you know what I mean? When you're younger, I thought I was the man, bro, and it took me out of my comfort zone, bro. Yeah. And I always respect him for that, bro, because I wouldn't be doing it, bro. Simple, if it wasn't for him.
You know, now, like you're older, right? Do you think being out of that comfort zone's good, isn't it?
Ah, bro,
but when you're like 16, 17. And
you're growing up and you're turning into a man, bro, and you've got all these conflicting thoughts and it's peer pressure in it. Like, all your friends are kind of like, oh, bro, what, you want to do that? And I did, bro. I bowed to peer pressure, bro. I did a lot in my life. A lot of times, like, when I look back now, I think, like, why did I say yes to this, and why did I? Do you know what I'm saying? But like, you can't live your life in that kind of looking in hindsight.
Like, when I had Merkage and we talked about a bit like those kind of like a fork in the road moment, or like sliding doors or whatever.
Bro.
Like I'm lucky, I am, in that every time I could have really, really gone down like a bad path, I kind of just
sometimes it, like, man. Sometimes I think really, like a lot of times I did it, bro. A lot of times, like, I swerve things, bro, a lot of times, and then it catches up with you, bro. You get caught up with, and like, you know, like just being in them states of mind, like, you got mental health problems and like taking drugs and partying and all this stuff, bro. And like, I didn't deal with my father not being around in my life, bro, till later on in my life. As I blocked it out, bro, and then it ended up with me having anger issues and me hurting people, and take, like, physically and mentally, emotionally. I did disgusting things, bro. But it's just like, I think now, bro, you've got to just take time, bro, and you've got to take time out and like to look at things properly, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? And like the mental health thing, at the time when I was suffering with mental health problems, bro, I was going from one place. The doctors were telling me I had a personality disorder. this was a doctor who's not trained at all in that field, bro.
Yeah.
So I've left there thinking like, is this my problem, bro? I went to another place, and the mental health charities. There's a 6 month waiting list, counselling, all this stuff, bro. I went through it all, bro. I've never talked about it before, bro. It's the first time I've talked about it publicly, like, you know. Yeah. But I went through all that stuff, bro, and it made me hurt people in my life. And you know, I feel like now it's great. The mental health is like, it's being accepted, like, and there's a lot of help out there now, and there's like smaller organisations. Like I kind of didn't have access to that, or I didn't find it in time before it was too late for me, like, but you know, but
don't you think it's disgusting, right? So like, you get told by the doctor you got whatever.
Yeah.
And then the next thing is like, you can see a counsellor, but you've got to wait 6 months.
Bro.
And it's like, is it any wonder there's so many people are in trouble going through
stuff? And you know, like, and then like you go and you meet other people being through the similar kind of situations, bro. And it's just like, man, there's very little help out there still now, man. But like at the time I was dealing with things, bro, I don't feel like there was a lot, or I kind of didn't have the access to it or the means to get to it. But now more than ever, bro, you got to be like aware of these things, man, and like changes in your behaviour, and take it seriously, man. Bro. And it's the hardest thing, obviously, like as men, it's like, oh, you're a man, you can't. Oh, men don't cry and men don't do this. Like, you gotta. It's great that it's more accepted now. Like, you don't. This thing of masculinity is like, it's kind of it's changed, hasn't it, bro? It's kind of, men are allowed to cry. Not allowed, like we've always been allowed to cry, but it's acceptable, and people, you can lean on a lot more shoulders now. But it's vital. It's vital, bro. Vital.
You see, like, a lot more. Like, blokes openly will say to other blokes, like, you know, if you need anything, you need a chat.
Exactly. And you know what? I grew up around people who were not really like that, bro. Like, so it's.
But even that's like takes time to adapt.
Yeah, it does, bro. It does, man. I think like it's a big thing right now in the mental health, and like the way people are feeling. It's something you've definitely got to focus on for sure, bro. For sure,
mate. Definitely, mate. Sure. Something which you said, which kind of struck a chord with me personally then, was you said about like you didn't deal with your old man not being around, which then had an impact. Like, so for me, like my old man died when I was 16.
Okay, bro.
And I didn't deal with it until probably I was gone 30. So like, you're talking like 20 years, and like particularly from probably 16 to say, I know, like early 20s when my first kid was born, I kind of sorted myself out a little bit. So like, say 22, 23, like I just went from, I was drinking all day, every day, and like the weekend would consist of like,
bro,
just drugs.
Oh, bro,
and staying up, like no sleep, and just.
I used to be
what's
like.
That doing to your mental health?
Bro, I used to be like Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, maybe I have Sunday off. Like, I was doing it week in, week out, bro, and I wasn't really working. I didn't even have like, bro, I didn't even have like, it's mad to, when I look back, it's like two different parts of my life, bro. I was like so lazy, and like I felt like I was owed something or something, bro. Do you know what I mean? Like, I was walking around with that like chip on my shoulder. Like, truth of the matter is, I had no money. I wasn't working. I hated myself. I was hurting people around me. And then I'm online. I'm trying to be this guy. Like, I'm in a party. Like, I'm just, like, bro, you crash and you burn, bro. Yeah. And like hitting that bottom, like we're saying, bro, is like you need something to kind of like humble you like that, bro. Some people don't come back for it. I'm very strong-willed, bro. Very strong-willed. Like, I got a strong will, like, and I think that helped me a lot. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, like, when you hit that rock bottom, it's hard. Like, like you see, sometimes you'll see like on TV or radio or whatever, like. Nothing in particular, but just like you see the people, they hit the rock bottom, and then next scene is them kind of having like the comeback, if you like.
Yeah. But it's not like that, bro. It's not like some meteoric rise. Like, it's and like there's gonna be days you wake up and you just look in the bro. There used to be days like I just look in the mirror at myself, bro, and I just be like, fuck. I just didn't recognize myself, bro. I just be like, who have I become? Like, do you know what I mean? And it's just it's a tough road to obviously go down. But I'm glad the certain things happened to me, bro, and humbled me in that way. And then I've got 2 daughters as well now, bro, and like that it just completely having
Changes your
children,
outlook,
bro.
doesn't
It just completely just levels you, bro, and brings you down to earth, man. And
Makes
it's not
you feel
about you.
small, doesn't it?
I have been a selfish person in my life, bro. I've done selfish things, and so like when having kids, it's just they're so pure, innit? It's like
Oh yeah.
yeah, that made me completely selfless, bro. And it strips you down to your bare bones, and it teaches you a lot, bro.
Makes you realise how small the world is.
It does, bro,
in
and
some
how
ways,
precious time is, and
Yeah.
like I always think now about it's a bad thing, like, but I'm always like, right, like how much can I do? Oh yeah, like damn, it's been 3 months already, right? I need to like, but it's having kids that done that to me, bro, because I'm always like I just want to spend. And I always want to do things right, like, you know, like I said, I've done a lot of bad things in my life. So through my kids, I'm trying to like pay it forward, like, do you know what I mean? Pay it back, and yeah, try and instill all the mistakes I made, try and get them to not make the same mistakes. I know it's easier said than done. Like,
Oh yeah. I got a 17, a 15, and a 13-year-old mate.
Oh, bro.
And like, I spend so much time like trying to make sure they don't make the same mistakes that I made.
Man.
But like it's
a bit of a tough
different
one.
world, mate.
And if you've got daughters, did you say that?
No, 3 boys.
3 boys, yeah, daughters as well, bro. It's just like,
oh, that's a whole other thing.
bro,
again,
yeah, it's a whole other thing again, and like I'm trying to be a father and still respect them as women, and do you know what I'm saying? And it comes a time where as a father, when you got daughters, you gotta give them that privacy to let them know like a man can't look at them in that kind of way. Do you know what I mean? Even my dad doesn't look at me like, do you know what I'm saying? Like when I'm getting in the shower or whatever, there comes a time in your life where you kind of gotta. That's the hardest thing I think with daughters is knowing, obviously, with women's issues.
Yeah.
Like knowing when to step in and step out. But obviously, I got my partner, like God bless it, like, do you know what I mean, to help me through those things. Like, but yeah, I've learnt a lot. I've learnt a lot, bro. Like from having children, bro. So much.
It 100%
made me a better person, bro. 100% made me a better person, like.
So, kind of jumping back.
Yeah, man.
You got offered that thing with tracks.
Yeah.
You took it.
Did
it take you long to like think about it? Did you mull over it long? I think
I was kind of flapping it by. I can't 100% remember, but I think I kind of jumped at it a bit, just like, yeah, I'll do it. I had a habit of doing that, bro, saying like, yeah, like, you know what I'm saying, doing things and getting overloaded with a million things, spreading myself thin.
Yeah.
But yeah, I took it, bro, and yeah, we made some music, bro. We was recording with like Jamie Winchester and up in Newport, Pen Talk Labs, and he kind of took us under his wing a little bit and kind of helped us develop in the studio and kind of things, those kind of things, and trying to hook us up with the right people and whatever. We were kind of like an N-dubs kind of thing, bro.
Yeah.
Kind of like an N-dubs kind of thing, but I remember we played our first show. It was in the Leisure Centre in Splot. It was like, oh no, I tell you what, I tell a lie. The first show was in the Toucan Club. For those people who remember the Toucan, that's going back some time, bro. It was in Womanby Street.
Yeah.
We played there, bro. I must have literally just been like 16. Must have literally been. I might have even been 15. Might have even been. It's a bit of a mad, like trying to tap back into that time scale. But we played the show. My mum came, my brother, and all this. Like, and I remember I was just trying to remember. I was always like focused. I hope I remember these lyrics. Like, I hope I remember these lyrics. And we went on the stage, and the guy he started our beat. The DJ started, and it was like a verse, like an 8-bar into it or something like that. And like I started, and it wasn't the right part of my heart, bro. I still feel it now, bro. It's mad. I always go back to that moment, and it's the anxiety, and it was like I remember his tracks was just like, nah, it's cool. Like, yo, can you start a song again? To the guy, he's so like calm in these situations. He's made for it, bro. Do you know some people are made to do things? That's what he's like, bro. And
the thing is, like 15, 16 is no age really, is it? Like
nah. Bro, when I think back, it's so mad. I felt so grown up, bro. But when I was obviously looking at like younger kids now, like when they're 15, 16, like we didn't know anything. But Trax was very forward for his age, like, and like I say, he's always been focused and like that in that kind of way. Obviously, Alicia Scott, a great, amazing singer. She's made for it as well, I suppose. You know what I mean? She was a smashy, bro. smash it, like,
But I think as well, like 15, 16, like even 15 years ago, but like when I was younger, it was even longer ago, like it's a different world. So like,
bro, completely different
there was
world.
no internet and that. So
It was like MySpace
yeah,
and stuff like that, and it wasn't like the interaction wasn't
it wasn't as instant.
as social as it is now on. Do you know what I'm saying? Like you couldn't tap in with people as you do now online, but and it wasn't. No one was really like slamming music promotion on there, bro. It was just kind of MySpace. You could upload tracks. Obviously YouTube was in its infancy. I can't even remember. Like it was CDs now, weren't it, back then, bro? Printing CDs and like bro, like printing that.
Just ripping them all off on your
yeah, bro, yeah. So we went on that journey with that, and it kind of just ran its course. I think obviously we were becoming women and men, so it kind of just went his way, bro. And we all then Trax wanted to start. He came to me then with the original idea of Astro Boys. I want to start this thing, Astro Boys. So there's a video, it's on YouTube now. We went to the studio, we recorded this song as the Astro Boys.
Okay.
And we started that, bro. And I was just like, them times, bro, I was still like, I had 1 foot kind of still in the street, bro, doing just madness. And he was just focused, bro. He was focused and he had it all worked out and where he wanted to go with it. And like, I just wasn't ready to do something at that kind of level at the time, bro. To do that, so I kind of just went on my own mission. I think I eventually obviously got Benji involved, but I think that was a lot later because it was like a period of time where I was doing like freestyles, like Don't Watch Me TV. I don't know if anyone remembers all them swag sounds. That's when I started becoming popular in Cardiff and people started recognising who I was through those channels. I was known as the like spitting bars on the channels, bro. And I go then linking it to the youth club now. We used to go there, obviously use the facilities, and Trax used to come up to the youth club. And we'd all be like Blue Andrews, Colour Mace, like we'd all just be in the studio like spit like tunes on, spitting bars. Like some of these videos would go up on YouTube and stuff, man. And we were just vibing, bro. Do you know them times it wasn't like right, we gotta release a song and we gotta make sure the promotion, everything's right, upload to Spotify. But we used to just spit bars, record this video and it just go out. Little description, Fairwater Crew, do you know what I mean? Something like that, Fairwater Crew, spitting bars, like something so simple, bro. It was more pure back then, bro.
Yeah.
But we used to that's how we came up, man, just doing those kind of things. And I met a guy then who used to work in a studio called Marcus Jakes. He's a big producer. He's produced bro, he's big in the house scene, massive in the house scene, but he's produced have you heard the song with Local and JK? It's a chat. He produced that. Obviously that went and did numbers, bro. His family, they're the Vatsalus. His name's Marcus Vatsalu, but his music name Marcus Jakes. Obviously the Vatsalus like a massive family of musicians, bro, from Cardiff. They used to run the Palace Club up in Swansea. Obviously brought all, you probably know about it, bro, brought all kinds of garage artists and big artists at the time, like down to their big names in the scene. But he knew my brother anyway, bro. He's like my brother's age. They were in college together and whatever, and just knew each other from the scene and whatever. And yeah, he just took a liking to me, bro. He just took a liking to me, and I loved music and he loves music. So we just clicked, like, and it was kind of just like, what? I never had a producer either. I was just like doing, bro, I made a whole mixtape of like Jay-Z's, Tupac beats. I just use their beats and make my own version on the song. Yeah. Put a mixtape out in like 2010 or some madness, bro. And I recorded most of that with Marcus. He recorded the vocals for me and whatever. He was like, bro, like I see, obviously, I know what you're doing. You're hanging around on the streets and all that, bro, and all this stupidness and whatever. He's like, bro, come in here and we'll make music. Like, I'll make beats for you. Like, we'll make good music, bro. He's like, you got a talent. Like, you got something you need to utilize. Like, you know what I mean? I was just kind of like, oh, okay, yeah. And I did, bro. I went there. And then it started going from there. I started going to his house. Then he had a studio at his house. And we used to jam, bro, all night, bro. Just all night, just making music. And some things we put out and like some things we didn't.
How important, like you mentioned Jamie Winchester and Mark as their how important were those types of people,
bro,
throughout your life?
So like,
because they obviously would have taught you a different
I'll
side.
be straight up. Do you know, in my life, bro, it's only like my brother and my mum have ever believed in me and things. Do you know what I'm saying?
Mm.
They're like, I never had the outside people coming in and like believing in me, like, and obviously I never had my dad there, like my dad was never there to go like, go on son or whatever, like whatever. It's nothing to me now, bro. But like I never had the congratulations and people tell me all these things. So do you know, when I started meeting people, we grew up on the streets, we just told you're gonna be nothing, hang around outside the shops, you're gonna be wasters, whatever the typical story, innit, of the streets or whatever. But to have those kind of people, and they knew people, and they were like, they had, obviously Jamie was linked with Jurassic 5 and like all these big massive hip hop artists, bro, multi-million selling hip hop artists. He knew these people, bro. It was just like, what, man, like having people believe, and it was good, bro. It felt good, like that's what I say, man. It felt good, but like I kind of got like a bit big-headed with it, like as it got on. Do you know what I mean? Because it wasn't, I needed someone there to go right.
Kind of guide you through it.
Yeah, because I think as well, these people didn't know what I was doing when I wasn't with them, and how I was acting and speaking to people. Because when I was with them, I was that person in the studio making and doing what I was doing, bro. But yeah, like to have them believe in me, bro, it was like it meant so much, and I think that means a lot to young people in it. Having someone that believes in you, bro. Do you know what I mean? It helps you a lot, man. Yeah, it's vital. Like it is.
Especially when you get older and you look back on it and you realise how many people at different times
have helped
you.
Bro, do you know how many people I've met, like I've worked with and whatever, and like someone have offered, like said to him, like, oh, thank you, John, you've done a really good job, and they got to me, bro, like, so I feel really good to have someone, because like, and I'm like, I've just realised on the spot, these people have never had someone pat them on the back and go like, you've done a good job today, and bro, do you know that it works, like someone just saying that to you, you know, like you've done a good job today, or like you really did well out there, or
you got a bit of talent,
bro. Like it's like a base for you to platform for you to work off of, like, you know, man. It's like, you know, and for you to take your talent seriously, and because a lot of people, bro, they'll see you've got a talent, and like they won't let you nurture. They don't want you to nurture that talent, bro. Because do you know what I'm saying? There's people, a lot of people are like that, and sadly, some of them people are your friends, some of them people are your family, yeah.
Yeah, unfortunately, you can have friends who don't necessarily want you to go off and succeed.
Exactly. But then like you've got like, I used to look at it always like that, like, oh, these people, they just don't want me to succeed. But then like I started realising like some of my friends just don't like rap music. Some of my friends, it's not that they don't want me to do well, it's just
they just don't understand it. Like,
and that's okay, bro.
Yeah.
That's okay for your friends to not, they don't have to be down with what you're doing, bro. Obviously they'll give you that little thing, oh bro, fair play, obviously you're doing your thing, well done, that. But like, don't expect everybody to like, you can't expect everybody to,
not everyone likes everything, do they?
No, like, exactly, bro. And like, you've got to remember that. And some people as well, someone told me this one time, it always stuck with me, is like, they see you as, I'm just king to some people. In my family, I'm just king, like it's not a bad, like a negative thing. They just don't see like, oh, there's another aspect to me. I'm just their family member, or like, you know, some people, they see us like, oh, Melo, like he's a rapper or whatever. Do you know what I mean? To them, I'm that. To my family, I'm just Kane, or to some other people. So it's like they just don't see the greatness, or what. Do you know what I'm saying? In you, or that you've got that something that can take you to that next level. They don't see it because it's not they're being negative. Yeah, like they just don't see it. They haven't got those glasses on, bro. They haven't got that vision to see that in you. You're just their cousin, or so you can't always feel bad towards people for not supporting your thing. But like we're saying, it's always nice for somebody to recognise when you put work into something and you want it to work and want it to make things happen, bro. And especially, you know, like I do music number one, bro, because I love music. Like I love music, I adore it, bro. But obviously I know that if you get to a certain level, it can give you a nice nice wedge in your pocket, bro, or whatever. So like, when I'm doing this, bro, I'm not doing it like, I'm doing it for my family too, bro, my loved ones. Like, do you know what I mean? I want everybody to be part of the journey. Like, but
100%.
I understand people not getting it, bro. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, it's like one of them, innit? Like when I started doing these, I used to get like real fucking frustrated, like
why
because
is no one sharing my shit,
it's like,
man?
why are you sharing my shit? Like, even
it?
if you don't like it, you're supposed to be my mate, like share it. But then I kind of realised, like, well, you know,
their brain is like an algorithm, bro. Do you know, like people's brains like an algorithm? When they scroll down that timeline, they're not looking for
names.
Simon's podcast or Melo's song. They're looking for Beyonce. Like that, like, or whatever, bro. That's their algorithm. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, that's what they're looking for. Like, they're trying to tap into that.
Oh, that's funny. I'll share that. They don't even look at who's it is.
Exactly.
And they like that. They don't even look at it.
Like, I've posted the music. I've posted like a song and a video. Like, share this, subscribe, all that, all the jargon, bro. Yeah, and then someone like one of my friends haven't shared it, and then I'll share the meme 10 minutes later, and they share the meme. It's psychology, bro. It comes down to psychology. It's not what it seems on the surface. Like, this dude, he don't want to watch my shit, man, or whatever. Like, his brain is wired in a way that it doesn't pick up on that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and social media as well, I think, has like changed the way people do stuff and look at stuff, because like what we just said then. Like, people are sharing stuff and liking stuff that they don't even pay attention to who it is. Bro. They're just liking and sharing stuff.
And it all comes down to the whole acceptance thing. You know, with social media, everyone's looking over next door's fence, bro, and it's like...
Oh, I hate it.
What, like, social media is a highlight reel. It's everyone's highlight reel, bro. It's everyone's best moments. Like, they're not going to share with you those times when they're going through it. And, like, I've done it in my life, bro. I got to a point with social media, like, I was just oversharing. Like, no one wants to be inside your head, bro. Do you know, sometimes you go, like, people can get deep in that tangent, bro, of posting. Like, they don't even realise they're doing it. Oh, like, right, I'm having sausage and chips for dinner tonight. They don't even realise, like, do you know what I'm saying? It's like...
Yeah, there's just no like thing.
You've got a deep social media, bro, and I deeped it so hard, there's like, I'm oversharing. And like, the truth be told, bro, is like, I was posting selfies and all this thing and posting pictures of myself. Because deep down inside, bro, I felt like shit. And I wanted people to go, oh, like, look at your new clothes.
Looking good.
I'd be like, oh, look at my new, like, every time I buy a new outfit, I'd be on Facebook, on Instagram, bam, look at my new clothes. I spent however much, I wouldn't write like I've spent this much, but people look at the clothes, they know how much it's worth. And like, one day, bro, I just totally deeped it, bro, and I was just like, what am I even doing? Like, who am I posting this for? And truth be told, bro, people just look at it and hate you for it. Yeah. That's truth be told, bro. People look at you with stuff, and makes them feel like shit. Because they're going through that same thing, bro. They're feeling like that day. They wake up and they look in the mirror and it's like, do you know that day, bro? You can put 20 t-shirts on, bro, and nothing feels like it fits you properly. And like, we're all having them days. So it's like social media give you that thing to go, right, Simon, right, like, so you can do this now. You feel like shit, but you've got the power now to go on social media and your little fan club of 30 people or whatever, however many people you got, it might be 1,000, 2,000, however many you've got, it might be 5. They're going to write on your picture and they're going to tell you, like, oh, you look great. Not knowing how you feel inside, bro. You don't feel great. Like, you're trying to... It's just not like real, this whole... Bro, like, it's not real, bro. It's not real, bro. This stuff is not real, man. And like, everything's so caught up on it, and it's taking like the love out of music as well. Do you know, promoting things, bro? It's a drag. It's an absolute drag. I like going to the studio. I like recording stuff, creating, thinking of ideas for the art. And bro, who wants to be sat down going, right, bro, we're looking at things, and you're looking at numbers. I'm sat looking at numbers, and right, if you pay this much, you're gonna get this much reach, and they kill your reach on everything, bro, unless you're paying. It's like, it's such a drag, bro, because like I do make music for myself. Obviously, I'm in Massacore with my boy Pomp. We make the music for Massacore, but it's like, we're both the same, bro. We hate that. And I got caught up with it, bro. Obviously, like, we started Massacore like we started like the start of 2020. Literally, like we released the song, I think in March, our first song and video, Mood, and then the pandemic hit. So we become like this online thing, bro. And I just got so lost in like, oh right, the numbers, like we gotta make sure the numbers, like everything's got like I'm bro, every day I'm on my phone, like waking up, like and
checking the numbers.
Yeah, and kind of Pomp's obviously noticing like what I'm doing. He's such a cool guy, bro. He's not gonna go to me and go, oh Melo, like can't rein in a little bit of numbers. But he's such a humble and like level dude, bro, that he doesn't get that thing, bro, of like the number game, and he just likes to do things organically, bro. And like I have learned a lot from him in that kind of aspect of just letting things flow a little bit. And like I just be getting lost in these numbers, Spotify, YouTube, checking the views, the likes, bro, checking the likes.
Oh mate, tell me about it.
Going through it, like going through it.
Doing it sometimes.
And it's like, yeah, we all do it, bro. It's cool to have these, like, to have a lapse and like you do it. It's natural. Like you have a day
every day, like,
and like and you're like, oh, how is it doing actually? Do you know what I mean? But it was methodical to me. It was like it become a thing every day. I'm like just waking up and just jamming these numbers, and then I'm like, I want to throw it in people's faces, then kind of thing. I'm online going, yeah, bam, look at the numbers on this. Like it's like it comes back to the whole social media game, trying to please this audience of people who really, truth be told, do not give a fuck.
Yeah, that's it. It's like social media, like we said, it's not real, like, but it's also a group of people, and it's not criticism of the people, but it's everyone saying how great their life is, when in reality, like especially at the moment, like everyone's struggling to pay their bills.
Exactly, bro. Exactly.
And it's like, I don't know, just be normal.
Exactly,
like,
bro. Exactly, like, and it's obviously what happens is you put up the facade first, and then you've got to keep it up, bro.
Yeah.
And you get lost and more deeper and deeper and deeper and deeper and into it. Then, bro, you go. That's what I do one day, bro. Like I was like 23. I had to look in the mirror and just go, what am I doing, like?
So you said
like where am I with it? Like where am I kind of with life, bro? What am I doing? Like there's no plan here, like, do you know what I mean? You're just doing stuff for social media, and like what's your plan?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Gotta wake up, bro, and smell like coffee.
So you know, like you said, like there was a couple of things which like humbled you over the years. You mentioned the kids.
Yeah.
But like, where do you think the change was from like the stuff you were doing on the roads and and a bit of music?
The change where I went totally into music was I was like 18, bro. 18 or 19 maybe. I was jamming with Marcus still. Obviously, this time, by now, he's gone to me one day. He's like, bro, you hear all the time. Why don't you volunteer to work in the youth club? Work in the studio. I'll show you everything, teach you everything, how to do everything. I was just like, yeah, why not? Give it a shot, like. I started volunteering then, bro, helping out in the youth club, whatever. And then as I got more and more into it, bro, I got like deeper and deeper into the youth club thing. It was like, I couldn't be seen being on it would jeopardize my thing in the youth club.
Yeah.
Like S4e Ibrahim, who was running the youth club at the time, one of the biggest influences in my life and a lot of other people's, I think. But he was kind of just like, look at it for what it is. You got in trouble with the police, whatever, this, that, and the other. You're doing this, like obviously you gotta like, you're volunteering here now as well. Like you gotta kind of switch it on. I volunteered then, bro, for a long time, bro, for a long time. But at this time,
how many people? I bet you helped some people while you were there.
Oh, bro, so many,
like
so many, bro, and helped them learn to rap, and like some obviously are rapping now, bro, and whatever. But yeah. And
you think about what they would have been doing if they weren't rapping with you, like,
exactly, bro, exactly. I do,
it goes round.
It does,
like
bro. Everything goes full circle. It does, bro. Do you know when I've realised that now, bro? I'm 30 now, bro, and it's like kind of look. You learn like things go around in them. It's patterns to life, bro. It's patterns
100%.
Of these phases. But yeah, we were jamming in the studio, me and Marcus. I was online. I used to speak to people online. Obviously, network of rappers and musicians. Alro, do you know Alro, the rapper? Obviously, he's SBTV. This guy from Wales, bro. Like at the time, bro, people was on Facebook. I didn't even know about it. I saw people reacting to it on Facebook or online and stuff, and they're like, oh, this guy's funny as fuck. Some people were. Then you had some people going, oh, this guy's making the Welsh scene look like we're jokers and all that, because it's like comedy rap, bro, that he come with. Bro, this video ended up being one of the highest views. I think it still is today, bro. One of the highest viewed videos on SBTV. All these rappers, Gets, Wiley, obviously they're all on there, bro. This was one of the highest viewed videos. I found, bro, I've got a good sense of humor, bro. I come from my family, bro. Obviously from Merthyr Tydfil and that, bro. Like my nan, my mum, they all got a sense of humor, bro. My whole family have, and I loved it, bro. I loved it.
You've got to have a sense of humour in rap.
You have, bro, 100%. But like at the time, obviously rap still is now, bro. It's very serious, isn't it?
Mm-hmm, yeah.
People got that persona, trying to keep up that persona. But I was like, do you know what? I like this guy. This is class, like. So I've messaged him, bro. I've just dropped him a message. I'm like, hey, bro, like, I'm a rapper for whatever from Cardiff. I saw your SBTV video. It'd be cool to like link up and and jam or whatever. He was like, he messaged me back. He was like, cool, like, yeah, I think I've seen one or two of your things or whatever. Yeah, basically the deal is, like, I'd love to work, but the deal is I've got nowhere to record or do anything. He was recording off him. He had like an old school MacBook, old school one, bro. He was recording off of that with just like a normal mic or something in his kitchen, bro. He done a tune, bro. It was Ed Sheeran done like a cover. It was back when Ed Sheeran first started taking off of My Eyes Are Red. If you heard, that's My Eyes Are Red. I've been burning on us. Yeah. Ed did like a remix of someone else's song, I think, and then Elro did his version of Ed Sheeran's one, like, and whatever. And they like started networking and speaking and whatever. And at these times, then Mike Skinner have found him. Obviously, Elro, it was kind of like very down Skinner Street, like the style and whatever.
Yeah.
Skinner's found him. This is before I've met him. So when I started speaking to him, then he's like, bro, I got no studio. Basically, Mike Skinner have sent me a song, bro. This is a mad story, like mad. Like people are not gonna believe this one. And he's like, bro, like I got Mike Skinner is in touch with me. He wants me to record this song. I got nowhere to record. It's like one of the first conversations we're having. I'm like, listen, funny enough, bro, I work in a studio. And the guy I work with is a producer. He was like, bro, I need beats and whatever. Elrose drove down, bro, from Chepstow. And we've met up in there because Saeed used to give us the keys to the youth club so we could use the studio after hours and whatever. Elrose come down, bro. He's jumped out of the car, like, first time I met him, he's tall, bro. Like, I mean, he's got a big towering guy, blonde hair and whatever. He's jumped out of the car, bro, and he's like, cool, like, I'm Elro, nice to meet you or whatever. So we just jumped in the studio, bro. He's like, listen, I got this song here. Mike Skinner sent me. It's for the deluxe version of his album, Computer and Blues.
Okay, yeah.
I think it's, bro, as far as I know, it's on there on this deluxe version. He's like, I need to record. Obviously, Marcus, who I work with, like, a massive Streets fan, bro. He's like, yeah, like, Marcus is so enthusiastic, bro. And, like, I was one of, like, the greatest things about working with that guy. He makes, like, he brought out, like, do you know what I'm saying about the magical feeling? He brought that back for me, bro, with the music. Like, he made everything, like, so... Just excited. He'd be, like, so excited, and he'd be on a keyboard playing his stuff and whatever, bro. And so he records this song. Elro records his verse, bro. So, yeah, Mike Skinner, Computer and Blues album. If you hear Elro's verse on... it was something about robots, I think the song's called. Robot something. That was recorded, Elro's verse was recorded in Waterhall Youth Club in Cardiff. There you go. Mad one, bro. And so
mad, that, isn't it?
Crazy, bro. Crazy. It's mind blowing, bro. Do you know what I tell people? It's mad. Do you know that youth club? Marcus, like, I've worked on so much, like, big songs, bro. They've gone big. He was doing a lot of stuff behind the scenes, like producing and for some big artists, like. And he was still working on it in the youth club, bro. You know, after I was in a lot of the time. But anyway, going back to the story. Yeah, so Elro's recorded this. He's like, basically I need a producer to work if I want to make like an EP or whatever. So we used to go to Marcus's house and I think we did one or two in the youth club, but Marcus had a lot better setup in his house. And we used to go there, bro, make songs. We just jam, bro, all night. Obviously have a little smoke and whatever. And they made an EP together, bro. But me and Elro used to make songs all the time. We'd always be making songs. I think I was on one of the songs, or maybe two of them. Bro, he's released it. I remember we used to go, imagine what it'd be like going out on tour and like all this stuff. bro, I remember one day Alros just phoned me and he's like, bro, what are you saying? Like, are you up for coming out on tour? I'm like, what are you on about, bro? He's been signed by Warner Brothers, bro. Warner Brothers, and I think half his deal was with Warner Brothers and half was with Skinner. Correct me if I'm wrong. I think that's the facts. But bro, it was just crazy, and he was like, I need a DJ as well. I'm thinking about asking Marcus. I was like, bro, what are we doing? What do you mean tour? He's like, obviously I'm signed to Warner or whatever. I've been accepted or whatever to be the support act for Tinchy Stryder on his UK tour.
Nice.
Bro, at the time I'm working in the youth club. They'd actually give me a job by this point.
Yeah.
Bro, I'm working in the youth club. Like, I was working probably like, I was doing like 3 or 4 evenings a week, only like 2 hours in the evening, bro. That was my income, bro. That was my income, and I just couldn't believe it, bro. And I remember like, he was like, cool, my manager and all that's gonna get in touch with me, all this stuff, bro. I remember like reading the thread, bro. Like, he sent me the email, like, obviously, like, will you accept this fee? Will you accept, you're gonna have this much allowance a day? Bro, it was just, it was mind-blowing, bro. Mind-blowing, and I'm like, yeah, cool. Like, obviously, I've signed my life away, bro. Signed my life away, bro. My life away. So,
Did you even read it? Or was it just
I didn't, I think I just skimmed it, bro. I'll be honest, like, and obviously, Marcus then is a DJ as well, bro. So buzzing, bro. It was just like, it was the first time in my life, like, it was a dream to me, innit? So it was kind of like, although it wasn't like it was off of his back kind of thing. You know what I mean? It was still like, wow, Tinchy Stryder, he was, bro, at the time, when I say it's Tinchy Stryder, people are probably laughing now, but like, at the time, bro, he was massive, like, one of the biggest. So bang, Marcus is a DJ, Marcus is the third DJ, so it's me, Alro, Marcus, like, bro, and I remember, bro, getting picked up, we had like this little mini tour bus thing, getting picked up from my mum's, and my mum, I could see it was like the first time she was like, wow, my son's actually did. Do you know what I mean, bro? Because I was lazy in that, bro. I'll be honest, I was lazy. I wasn't focused, and like it was the first time I kind of done something that like it was recognizable worldwide, innit? Do you know what I mean? That's an accolade you can go to anybody.
Yeah.
So I remember getting picked up. We had a tour manager. Our tour manager was Basement Jack's tour manager. And Connor Maynard, can you remember the singer? Connor Maynard, he was there. Connor was massive at the time. He was their tour manager. Andy Whittle, his name was, big up Andy, man. And he was kind of just showed us the ropes, bro, how it is on tour. And we went out on the first date. I think the support acts were, it was Angel, the singer from London. It was us, obviously. Sam and the Womp. They just had like a #1 at the time in the charts. So like, obviously they were just hot at the time. I don't think they did much afterwards. There was a couple of others, bro. They'll come back to me. But we went to the first date with Bristol Huey. So we weren't there, bro. And I remember, bro, we got out of the tour bus. Now we sat down in obviously have a green room, and I had a proper tour in it, bro. This is like real deal, bro. Top level. Warner Brothers funding you to do it, bro. Do you know what I mean? So you can imagine.
That's gotta be mind blowing, though, isn't it? For the first time.
Crazy, bro, crazy. And obviously, we turned up first date. Andy's like, listen, you've got a rider. We're like, what's a rider? He's like, he's looking at us like you're amateurs. Obviously, he's working with some big artists. He's like, basically, quite simply put, you can have whatever you want on the thing, like, do you know what I mean? And like to your room, to your green room, like drinks, whatever. So I'm like, okay, sweet. We're like, what should we have? We're like really like timid with it, you know what I mean? Like, we'll have a bottle of Smirnoff vodka, couple of packs of crisps. Bro, so obviously we played these dates. I remember I was walking down the hallway and Tinchy Stryder was coming down the other way, bro, and he got watches, chains, like, do you know what I mean, bro?
He's tiny as well, isn't he?
Bro, like, got like, not to diss the guy, bro, it's not a diss to the guy, but when I say like Tinchy, that's where the name comes from, bro. This guy's like half the size of me, bro. And he's got these watches, chains, rings, bro, like, this guy's flooded, like, trust me, like. And he's like, yes, bro, it's cool, like, whatever, enjoy the tour, and I like, hope you enjoy the tour. He's quite private, like, he's kind of just done his own thing. So yeah, I was just blown away, bro. And I remember coming to buy, they're like, right, you're up next, and all that. They give you the knock on your green room, come out. I've walked down to the side of the stage with the boys, with Alro Marcus. They're like, get big up, Alro, whatever, man. I've come out to the side of the stage. I'm looking like I'm peeking around, you know what I mean? there's like lights going like that across the audience, bro. Like you could just, bro, like you're looking back and there's people more and more. Like everywhere you look, there's more people, bro. Like you could feel like when they announced us, you could feel like the roar, bro, in your chest. Like God's honest truth, you could feel like the strength of the vibration, bro. So
nervous or excited?
I was the most nervous I've probably ever been, and it took me back to that moment. Then, bro, my bars just went whoosh, out of my head. I'm like, whoa! I need to remember these bars. I need to remember them. The tune started playing, bro. I just got into it, man. We're like down in the front row and all that. Like by everyone's like. It was proper like full scale madness, bro, and it just blew me away, bro. And you know, at that moment, I thought like I meant to do this. All like the times like I questioned myself and everything, bro. I was pretty much a teenager, bro. It was like I meant to do this. Like this is it. We're here. Like we're doing it, bro. And obviously the dates went on, and we played one show, and he's like, what do you want for your rider? I can't even remember where it was. I think it was like Kiel University or something like that. It was like a university tour. He's like, listen, you need to like zone in, like think what's going on here, boys. You're on tour, like have a beer, like get a beer on your ride. Just we're like, all right, we'll have this, and with any end we used to have like Grey Goose, bro, like Welch's grape juice and all that, bro, like expensive stuff in it you don't usually have. We were like the whole tour. It was like we had like Red Bulls and they were trying out at the time. They had like new flavors, and like we had the limited edition flavors and all that before they have even come out. Like,
nice.
Bro, it was madness. Like, bro, I used to take home like crates of Red Bull and that to my mum's house and just munch and all this stuff. But we played Swansea Uni then, bro. This is one I know I'm probably going on a little bit.
No, yeah, good. It's good.
And we played Swansea Uni. Obviously, all people from my year in school went to Swansea Uni. Like, they went there and other places. And my boy, man, one of my good mates, Sam Norman, man, big up Sammy Norms, took him out on tour, like. And we went down there to play Swansea Uni. So we're in our room. You have, like, artist liaison every venue you play. You have, like, people who, they basically, bro, just run around, do whatever you want for them. Like, obviously, it depends what type of person you are. If you're going to be the type, but we were cool with them, obviously. And, they've come into the room. Sam sat next to me. The girls looked at me. She's going, Sam, what are you doing in here? No, I don't remember. It was so funny. He's looked at her. He's going like, I'm on tour now, like with the boys. Like this girl, he knew this girl, bro. And she was like, it's liaison, chatting, like running around and grab stuff for us and whatever. It was so funny, bro. But
small world.
Crazy, bro. And then I played the show, and I remember like all people from my year in school, like a couple of the girls and whatever. They were all in the front row, bro. And watched this perform, bro. It was such a mad feeling. And then I was like, listen, come backstage now to all these people from my year on backstage, had drinks and I think that was when like obviously people started recognising then like, whoa, like he's ascended a little bit here, like, and obviously all thanks to Elro, bro. Really, it's all off his back. But then we ended up doing all madness, bro. Played at Mike Skinner's birthday party.
That's mad.
Oh, bro, it's just endless.
What's he like?
Who?
Mike Skinner.
He's a mad guy, bro. Do you want to hear another mad story? Do you know how, like we're saying, everything goes full circle and things, coincidences and stuff? The year before, me and my friends went to Reading Festival mainly to see the Streets because it was his last performance. But obviously he's restarted now, but he quit it, didn't he? So we went. We was in the front row. Skinner threw a can of Carlin off the stage. And my friend caught the can, right, and shook it like that over everyone. Security grabbed my mate, grabbed him by his boxer shorts, bro, and his t-shirt, ripped his boxers off, and threw him out of the tent, bro, for it. And like obviously I seen Skinner saw it happen, like he was right, do you know what I mean? He saw it happen, like I could see the eye contact thing. So I was like, I'm gonna say to him, like we're thinking about we're gonna meet him all day, me and Marcus. Al obviously knows him pretty well by this point. Marcus like, oh my god, you're gonna meet like Skinner or whatever. What am I gonna say? I was like, bro, I'm gonna ask him if he remembers the time, like, do you know what I mean? Yeah. And we goes in the place, like, and we're chilling, whatever. There's a guy showing us around or whatever. This is gonna be where you're playing the set and whatever. So Marcus starts setting his laptop and whatever. Mike Skinner then appears out of somewhere. He's like, listen, I haven't got a laptop with me. I need a laptop. Can I use your laptop? To Marcus. Marcus is like, yeah. I'm going to use my laptop, like, bro. And yeah, Skinner used the laptop and that, bro. And he was looking through. We looked what he was doing. He was looking through all my Marcus's photos and that, bro, on his laptop. We were like mad, but yeah, he's a mad guy, bro, Skinner.
Yeah.
Skinner. But
do you remember?
He wrote. Oh, true. Yeah, going back to that. Sorry, I skipped that out, man. Yeah, I've said to him, I'm like, I was building it up, bro. I didn't want to just go up to him and just say it.
Yeah.
And then we had the chance. We were all talking, like, kind of in a circle, me and some other artists and other people, whatever. I've gone like, oh, Mike. I said, I don't know if you remember, like, but last year at Reading Festival, like, you threw a can off the stage. He's like, oh yeah, I remember. Like, you know what I mean, he's quite like that. You know what I mean, quite like. He's like, yeah, I remember, mate, or whatever. Like, you know what I mean? But like, I was like. My mate caught your can and shook and got thrown out. He's like, bro, I seen you. I remember seeing your mate get pulled. Oh, he's like, bro, gutted that he got pulled out or whatever. I was just like, what? This is so.
It's a bit of a weird one to get pulled out for it, though, isn't it?
So sick. Yeah, I know, man. But they do shit like that.
Yeah.
Don't they, bro? Security. Yeah, and he remembered, bro. And I always remember that night at that place for Skinner's birthday. I met a guy called Mick Shiner. He was Example. He was Example's manager.
Okay, yeah.
It was so random, bro. This is how I used to go. Like, you go to these places, like they'd set up places obviously for us to go, the label, and like we'd go to these places. Obviously, you're funded for the day and all that. Like, you pay for everything for your day and whatever. And we go and you just be speaking to someone and they just casually drop like, oh yeah, I'm so and so's manager. I'm so and so's photographer. And I remember he was like, do you smoke? I was like, yeah. He's like, oh, have you got any cigarettes on you? I was like, I haven't got any cigarettes on me. He's like, oh, do you want to come to the shop? Like, we can get some cigarettes. Bro, I don't know if anyone's ever seen him, bro. This guy bought Davidoff cigarettes.
Never seen that.
Do you know Davidoff, like cool waters, like the fragrance? This guy, like, Google it, get on Google, man, and look at these things. He went in a shop, I don't know how much they are, bro, and he come out with Davidoff cigarettes.
You probably only sell them in London.
Yeah, man. He gave me a pack of the Davidoff cigarettes. Like, I always remember because I kept the box. Like, you know what I mean? And we ended up meeting Mick a few times. And like, we went to a place called Strong Rooms. I think Mick was actually involved in running Strong Rooms. It's a studio. It's like 3 or 4 floors, and the studio's on like every big artist in the industry, bro. It's all like from like back in the days, bro. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
like the big ones, the big rock stars, or they've all been to this place, bro. It's got like a restaurant and everything on site and whatever. We went there, Mick, and there was a guy, Vince Kidd. He'd won the Voice at the time. He was in like Jesse J's group. Okay. He was there recording, met all these people, bro. But I could just go on and on the people we met, and it was just an amazing time in our lives. But I think it's just, you know how the label thing goes. They wanted the commercial route, and I just don't think Alro was that kind of. He just didn't really want to be that kind of artist. I don't think, bro. And I think he had his own struggles. I won't go into it and talk for him, like, but I think he had some personal struggles, whatever, and it all just kind of crumbled away, bro.
But you know, like how that period sounds like just a mad laugh, like, and a really enjoyable period for you. Yeah?
And like I learned,
you know, that started with you getting in touch with Elro because you liked his shit. Nobody else did, and everyone else was saying
all that happened, yeah. Like, and if there's any like young people or any young artists or anything listening, do you know, like, the power of networking? I think like one of my cousins used to say to me, but ask a question, because the worst someone can tell you is no. Like, ask these questions, bro. I used to sit down on Google. I remember I was like 13, 14, sit down on Google, like how to write lyrics, how to do all this stuff. And then it advanced to when I got to like 15, 16, I was to write into Google, like radio DJs, like studios. I used to write like, I don't know, like how to make it in music, how to make links in music, bro. But you know, the truth is, yeah, all these things, it all comes from, there is no secret formula. It happens, yeah, by being out there and being in the field, yeah, meeting these people, like firsthand. I was out there, bro. And like when I look back on it, most of the time I didn't want to be.
Yeah.
But those times, you know, them times where you go, I don't I don't really fancy going there today. We were on about it earlier on the way down, weren't we?
Yes, mate.
Like, we'd have them times where, like, you plan to do something or you book in to do something with someone at that moment in time before you're kind of like, I don't want to go and do this. There's been times where I've sat at home. I might have missed the biggest opportunity that could ever happen to me. But there was also a lot of times that I did get up when I got out there. And those times, it's like how I met these people, your Jamie Winchesters, the people that can help you and put you on these platforms and get you out there, and your Elros and all these people that come from that. And like you say, that one message, it started from message these people. If it might take you 100 times to get through to them. Don't be rude. Don't be thing with it. Think it out a little bit. Be a bit casual with it. Like, do you know what I mean? Don't do people's heads in, but send a message. If it's been 2 weeks, I haven't got a reply. Say, sorry.
Just following up.
To keep, I'm just following up. I really would like to get in touch with you and maybe talk about what we can do, or if we can work something out. But yeah, it's vital, bro. Networking, it's vital, bro. Vital.
So, as we kind of look to wrap up and that now, mate, I'd kind of like to just put a couple of questions to you just to finish.
Yeah, of course, right? Bro. Of course, man.
So, when you look back. And like you're still young.
Yeah, rather.
Youngish.
Youngish.
But like, what would you say your biggest regret is when you look back? Or put it another way, like if you could change one thing.
My biggest regret was not reading the signs like of my mental health, bro, and how the way I was treating people, and to maybe how can I put it in a better frame, would be to look at things with to focus on your feelings. That's like a main thing, and learning how to deal with that, and maybe if there's any trauma in your life or any kind of thing like that, is like dealing with it face on. My main thing, bro, is talk to people, man. I didn't talk to people, bro. I didn't talk to people about, and I was embarrassed to talk about things, and just don't feel embarrassed like of who you are. Be yourself, man. It's the most generic.
It's the best advice, though.
But I had to get down to the bare minerals, bro. I had to strip myself down. Like I've probably gone over it a few times now, but like I had to look at myself in the mirror when I say this, yeah. When I say that, I don't mean like physically, like looking at myself in the mirror. I had to break myself down to the bare bones. Feel embarrassed and feel like all those emotions and sad and let down I had to feel those. I had to go through those kind of emotions.
You got to confront the worst part.
Confront the worst part. That's it, bro. That's a better way of putting it.
Because you're like
the hardest.
You think about the way you might have treated people. You think about some of the stuff you've done, and it's like if you don't confront those things, you're never gonna quite get over it. Because even if you start to feel better, you'll always end up carrying that stuff.
Yeah, and you just learn to cope, bro. Do you know these things? You just cope, like it becomes a part of your life. Like nobody, like I don't think anybody is like a straight up, like it might be a few cases of people are like a bad person. Everything about them is a bad person. Like that was a baby at some point. Like, do you know what I'm saying? That's how I look at things. It's a funny way to look at things.
Things are created,
when people piss me off or whatever, I look and go like, he was a baby at one point. Like he's an idiot now, but he was a baby at one point. It sounds crazy, yeah, but it's like it's a compound effect, they call it, little and often. Like you be rude to that person at one time, or like you shout at someone at one time. Then you've broken that barrier, like partners, maybe be your partner, your family, or you've broken that barrier of, I've already done that. It just gradually gets worse and worse and worse and worse. It's like nobody wakes up and it's just like, he's a fucking piece of shit or whatever, bro. It takes a long time, like some people quicker than others, bro, but little and often these things happen, and you become numb to things. You become numb to that thing. Once before, you were like, I don't know, shouting at your partner. That was the worst, one of the worst things in your head at one point. Then you've done it, you kind of become numb to it. It becomes a regular thing. You're arguing a lot all the time and those kind of things, you know what I mean?
Vicious circle,
and it builds up, bro, and it builds up. And then the next thing you know, it could become physical. or whatever, however it pans out, bro. But I think to just be mindful of how you're feeling, speak to people, and don't be embarrassed, bro. Do you know what I used to be embarrassed of, bro? Change. It sounds crazy. I used to be embarrassed or scared of changing. I wanted to be that guy like, oh, yo, do you know he's a lot. It's very prominent in rap music. It's like one of the things. I ain't changed. I'm still the same. I'm still the same boy from the block. Or do you know? I was scared to change and to adapt. Do you know what I'm saying, bro?
Yeah,
like, and it was one of my biggest downfalls, bro. Is being afraid to, like I could have an argument, bro, and I'd be embarrassed to say sorry.
Yeah.
When that's all that person needed at that time, bro, to accept what I did. And instead then that becomes a bad thing. You sleep on it. It doesn't get spoken about. That person is still affected by it, bro. They keep it inside. And they bottle it up and bottle it up and bottle it up and bottle it up, bro. And like, yeah, you can become a monster basically, bro, by living a life that way, man. So I'm not trying to preach to anybody or be like the kind of, oh, look at my, like, sob story kind of thing to my life. Like, I accept the things I've done, bro, and I accept that, and I accept maybe the way people, the people I've hurt feel about it now, maybe that the people that haven't forgiven me for things, I accept the way they feel, and I understand why they feel like that, but I'm not the same person anymore, bro. I look back on my life, bro, and I just don't feel like it was ever part of my life, do you know what I mean, bro? I just feel like a completely different person. I'm not perfect, I'm still learning, I'm still adapting, but that's it. I'm on that path, bro, now, where I can do that, tap into my feelings and know when to adapt, know when to grow. Like, I know these things now, bro. So yeah,
man. You learn more from the mistakes you make than you do from successes.
100%, bro. And I know it's all genetic shit, and it probably sounds like I'm just talking that genetic shit, but do you know, on my path to like getting to being a better person, bro, is like, you realise, bro, oh man, it's just, I'm just going over the same thing now, I'm just going around in circles now, but it's like, yeah, man, it's the generic things, they're the truth, bro, like they are, like you might look at them on your path of recovery and go, oh, it's just generic to be like that, but the generic things, they're the real things, like, care for your family, love your family, like all these basic things we overlook and kind of sometimes think, oh, that's a bit corny to say, or like,
well,
it's
like
the truth,
people,
bro.
Like people say, oh, it's good to talk, and it's alright to not be okay.
Yeah, like, oh, my inbox is open, like you might feel like, do you know, like that message you send to someone, like, or say to someone, my inbox is open, you might feel a bit corny, like, oh, whatever, saying it. Like, but that could be the difference in someone's day, bro, and it happens, like, it does genuinely happen. Just, yeah, man, bit of zen, bro.
Yeah, indeed. So to finish, mate, always ask the same question.
Yeah.
And everyone answers it differently because everyone interprets it differently, which is why I like it. But Melo, what's the meaning of life?
The meaning of life: family, love, knowledge, wisdom, respect, and to maybe leave a legacy if you can, like a positive legacy, and leave something behind that can live on past your name, like, you know what I'm saying, and your existence, like, something eternal.
Couldn't have said it better myself.
Yes, brother.
Guys, thanks as ever for watching, downloading, all that good stuff. Check out all the sponsors which I mentioned earlier, Violet Money especially. Like this, 820, 20% off.
Is it cool to just shout a few things out?
Yeah, man.
Yeah. Obviously, I'm half of Massacore, for those people that don't know. We're a music act, we're an alternative rap duo. If I haven't already gone over it, I was trying to talk more about my personal life today, but yeah, tap into us, Massacore. We're on all the socials, YouTube, Spotify. We're on all your digital music platforms and whatever.
Links in the book there.
Yeah, man. Just shout out to my family and everyone, all my loved ones and all the people that got me to where I am today.
Indeed, and we'll get you back on, mate. Anyway,
100%.
Maybe we'll get you and.
It'd be cool to have a little chat about sport and stuff as well, man. Because I'm into my sport and into my football and whatever. So yeah,
we'll get you and your boy in as well.
100%. Yeah, I'd love to do that as well.
Squeeze.
Honestly, like Pompey's the most. He's a few years younger than me, but I've learned so much about like being of humbleness, and he's a very pure person, man. it'd be lovely for people to hear his story too, man, because he's got a cool story, man.
Yeah, man. Let's do
Definitely.
it. But until then, mate.
Big
pleasure.
up, respect,
Nice
brother.
one, mate.
Thanks for having me
Enjoyed
on,
that.
man. Thank you.
Hey, it's Massacore. Tryna make it turn, tryna make it what?